If you had more self-worth, if you valued yourself more, would you still be doing the things that you're doing now? Would you still be tolerating the same people around you? Will you still be doing the same job, or will you be doing something else? How would your life be different if you valued yourself more? I had quite a few insights about self-worth and how this impacts us, and why it is important to work first on that before we develop any outer strategies into applying ourselves for success in this world. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 3 ways to improve your self-worth. I'm going to talk about how self-worth is formed, and stay till the end of the video, because at the end of the video, we're going to do a short activation/meditation that you can replay and reuse a few times, as long as you want, that will naturally increase your self-worth. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Zorina. I run 2 platforms. One of them is healandlearn.com for personal growth, consultations, and trainings, and the other one is growandlearn.org for business trainings and consultations with experts. And we also have a podcast, Grow and Learn, so do check it out. First of all, why is self-worth important? Let's talk about that. What areas of life does it impact? Does it impact your relationship? Think about it, just reflect. Does it impact your relationships? Does it impact the way you do your work, the way you relate to your boss, to your colleagues? Does it relate to the way you talk to your clients, the way you present yourself to the world, the way you speak? How does self-worth impact what you do and how you feel? It impacts everything. That important it is. The way we see ourselves is formed in our formative years, before the age of 7. You might not even remember, but your subconsciousness remembers, and even your unconscious, because very often our self-worth, self-value is shaped at a very young age, maybe at the time of birth, at the time of pregnancy of your mom, maybe even during your in your past lives, and possibly even it is genetically conveyed down the line from your ancestors through morphogenic fields. So self-worth is very complex. In any case, it can be improved for sure with reprogramming techniques. These reprogramming techniques I've spoken about many times on this channel. They involve 2 things: emotions and images, and mostly emotions. Often emotions are associated maybe with sounds. For example, if you're in your mother's womb and there's a sharp sound like drums, this stresses the baby out, right? And it feels the emotion of the mom. It doesn't necessarily see the images that the mother is seeing, although there is a very strong telepathic connection between the baby and the mother. So it is possible that if you regress back to the time, you're actually going to be able to see the images your mother was seeing that you were feeling as a baby. So how to reprogram your self-worth? Of course, you would have to use some sort of a technique to do that. And I've shared many times on this channel that I'm a big fan of the Silva method, and the technique that I've developed, the Heal and Learn method, to a large extent steps on the Silva method. And then I use other techniques from another system from Russia. But the way to reprogram anything in your mind, there are 2 ways. One of the ways is to associate with the feeling first, acknowledge the feeling, see the image, delete them in your mind, and then replace them with a different image, because there's no empty space. Or like, you replace them with an alternative image, the way you would like things to have happened. This is one way. This is the approach of the Silva method. There is another way which lets you alchemize or receive insights that immediately dissolve the negative emotion, this block that prevents you from your natural self-worth, because you're naturally self-worthy. There are just certain blocks, certain emotional filters that are put in front of you in your mind so that you don't see yourself properly, and this reflects as low value to the world. So the second way is to observe. There are certain techniques to observe yourself in a certain way and reach the point of insight. This means the learning point. What do you learn from this experience that was so negative, so painful to you? All right. So the second way we can improve your self-worth is through improving your self-talk, your success mindset, as I call it. The way we talk to ourselves is a habit. It's learned, so it can be unlearned. You just have to know what to observe. What are some aspects of negative self-talk that reflect on your self-worth, and how to turn this around. Let me give you one example here. If you say, I can't do that, I'm not able to do it, instead of saying I can't, you can say, I need to first develop the skills to be able to do that, if that's true, or at the moment I don't want it. Maybe because that's probably true. You either need to develop the skills or you don't want it. I don't think there's a different way. Simply I can't doesn't exist. Two ways. You don't want it, or you need to further develop the skills or the motivation or something else. But if you start thinking like that, you're moving outside of this fence, outside of the restriction. Okay, I'm looking forward to developing this, or I don't want it. It's very simple. That's just one example of a stance in mindset that you can change immediately. But there are, of course, many other elements of mindset. Let me give you another example. If somebody is doing something onto you and you say, oh, this colleague was terrible because they're doing this and that, and they treat me like whatever, like crap. The way to change it is to ask yourself the question, where do I treat myself like crap? Where do I allow this? How do I allow this? Or where do I exhibit the same traits as the other person? So how do I allow it, or how do I do exactly the same as they're doing? All right. The third way to improve your self-worth is to connect to your purpose. And this works like magic. The moment you have something that motivates you, something that drives you, something that you look forward to, it is a magic wand. It gives you so much power that you forget about your self-worth. All these fences, limiting beliefs about your self-worth, they start falling apart. You forget about them. Because a purpose is usually something that impacts other people. It's not something that you do only for yourself. This will never motivate you as much as when you have an impact. And an impact can be for one person even. If you impact one person, that's already motivating you enough. So to connect to your purpose is the third way to improve your self-worth. The more you think about your purpose, the more you engage in what it would feel like to have achieved your goal, what it would feel like to what would it feel like if you have already impacted the people you wanted to impact, the positive ripple effect, and you start seeing this in your mind's eye, you're already naturally alchemizing the low self-worth, because now you have worth at least to the other person that you're impacting, right? All right, so before I continue with the alchemizing exercise, I wanted to talk a little bit about people who are under a lot of stress. They say, I do not have time for myself. I do not get enough sleep. I'm always under stress. Like my body is simply not functioning anymore. I'm breaking down because of stress. People are so overstressed, you won't believe it. Okay. And there's no blame. I understand what stress is. I know very well. It also resides in the tissues. It resides in your body. what I've been doing is I've been testing in the past weeks a drink called Magic Mind. And I'm going to read you a little bit about the ingredients of this drink. It's a small bottle, small green bottle, and it replaces coffee. And it did initially replace coffee, but then my bottles were over and I ordered another pack, but unfortunately it's still not here. But I can still tell you that I'm drinking less coffee than usual. Usually I drink a lot of coffee, like 5 cups a day. But ever since I started taking this, I think I reduced to 2 cups a day or something like that. Anyhow, I'm still waiting for the second pack because this was so amazing on my nervous system, on the general flow. Let me tell you what's inside the Magic Mind bottles. So first of all, there's matcha. It supports energy. It has natural L-theanine that manages stress and anxiety. And it contains 130 times the antioxidants of regular green tea. This is impressive because green tea actually decreases the absorption of caffeine. And caffeine can lead up to a buildup of a lot of cortisol that leads to the feeling of stress. There's also lion's mane mushroom. It helps to balance mood and improve cognition. There's turmeric, which supports healthy blood flow to the brain and body. There's phosphatidylglycerin, supports memory and attention span. Ashwagandha, I think these are mushrooms as well. It supports the reduction of stress. And there's rhodiola rosea, vitamin B complex, manages fatigue, supports energy, and boosts endurance. So do check it out. If you use the code below, which is my personal discount code, these are the Magic Mind company is sponsoring me, and I'm very grateful because if they hadn't offered this, I would have never found out about them. And I actually think that this product is really tops. I love it. So for anybody who's struggling with stress and productivity issues like brain fog and stuff like that, I definitely recommend this one. There's a discount code below in the description and the link to get the Magic Mind bottles. All right, now let's do the short activation / meditation. And bear in mind that this is a short intro, short version to the meditations I usually do, but they will be just as effective. So allow yourself to follow and let me know also in the comments afterwards, please, how it made you feel and what effect you're noticing over time. All right, let's do this. So sit comfortably, close your eyes, start taking deep breaths, not too deep. Simply breaths at your ease and breaths that you can notice. While you're doing this, roll your eyes up towards your eyebrows while you have your eyelids closed, as if you're looking at your eyebrows. Don't think about the exact location, the exact position. What you could do is also imagine that you're looking towards the center of your head. You can just imagine it. If it's uncomfortable physically to lift your eyes up, of course you cannot turn them around, but if it's uncomfortable to lift them up, do it just a little bit and imagine you're looking towards the inside of your mind, inside your head. And keep breathing. Now imagine that there are 2 energy flows. These are the natural energy flows that feed our chakras, our energy centers, and they're responsible for our bodily health, for our emotions, for our actions even. They feed all the energy bodies on all levels. So what we're going to do is we are going to quickly activate these 2 energy flows. Ideally, you do this while you're standing up and with your pelvis tucked in, similar to a yoga pose when you're standing up straight, and when your spine is straight, all your vertebrae are aligned. But you can also do this sitting, as long as your feet are on the ground. So imagine now that there's an energy flow running through your root chakra, which is the one between your legs. It has the color red, so see the color red, expanding and pulsating. Imagine that it's cleansing you. It's cleansing this area of your body. And as it is cleansing you, you're also cleansing it with your imagination. Make the color red brighter. Activate it more, make it more pulsating. With your attention and with your breath, as you breathe in, pull this energy flow, the upward energy flow that runs through earth, pull it towards your womb area or lower stomach area for the man, and see the color orange. The color orange is responsible for your creativity, for your emotions. So see the color orange pulsating, being brighter. If you see some darkness or grayishness, use your hand to wipe it off. You can imagine that you have a sponge of ethereal water and you're just cleansing the color orange. With your breath, move upward towards your solar plexus. See the color yellow. Do the same with this color. Cleanse it and see it bright and shiny. Then we're moving upwards towards the heart chakra. It has the color emerald green, like a beautiful lush meadow. See this color spilling in the area of your heart. Now with your attention, draw this upward flow of energy towards your throat, where you see light blue color, the color turquoise or light blue. Activate it as well. See it pulsating. You might feel like speaking or singing or expressing something through your vocal cords. Do that. Now imagine this upward flow is running through your third eye. The color is indigo blue, and exiting through your crown chakra through the color magenta pink. And now all your chakras are aligned as if they're beads hanging on a necklace and connecting you through the center of the earth and to Creator, God Creator. Now we're going to do exactly the same with the downward energy flow, only this time we're just going to run through the chakras quite quickly, and we're not going to imagine the colors anymore. So imagine that there's a downward flow running through your crown chakra. It runs behind the upward flow, the one we just activated. So it's about 3 to 4 fingers behind the upward flow, and it runs very closely to your spine. So see it now, going down through your crown chakra, activating your third eye, activating your throat chakra, light blue, down to your heart chakra, down to the solar plexus, giving you more power, down to the sacral chakra, giving you more creativity, down to the root chakra, a red one, giving you more stability, more groundedness. And this energy flow exits and connects to the core of the earth, which you can imagine As you wish, you can imagine it like a ball of light, like a crystal, like a tree, whatever your belief system and imagination leads you to. So see yourself now being charged like a battery with two polarities. You're being charged on both sides, upward and downward flows. And now, with your attention, focus in the center of your head. And through this point of view, project a screen in front of you. A screen where you actually see yourself as if you're looking at yourself in the mirror. See yourself looking at yourself the way you would be if your self-worth was high, if you valued yourself more, if you were already on the way to executing your purpose, if you were on the way to your purpose, if you were doing it. Now, as you're looking at yourself in the mirror, connect to the feelings, sensations, and emotions of this image. What does it feel like to be doing the things that you want to do, to be expressing all your skills? What does it feel like to be impacting the people you want to impact? What does it feel like to no longer have the people around you, or to no longer tolerate anybody around you that brings your self-worth down? What does it feel like to be independent and in your strength? Experience this with your heart. Experience what the desired future you feels like and what they see. As you're looking at them in the mirror, feel the emotions yourself and take a few moments for this. Bask into the energy of your self-worth. What does it feel like? Now hug this future you. Bring them to your heart. Bring yourself to your heart. And again, focus on the upward and the downward flows. And let this image be energetically spread everywhere in your entire body. Take a few more moments. And at your own pace, open your eyes. Let me know how this felt. And let me know if you had any changes in perception. I'd be happy to hear. I'm going to be doing workshop series based on these 3 ways to change your perception about your self-worth. One of the workshops is going to be focused on reprogramming your mind. The second workshop is going to be focused on mindset, and the third one on purpose. We're going to be doing a lecturing part, so a way for you to consciously, cognitively understand how your self-worth is seen, how it can be influenced. And then we're going to be doing an activation part in each of these workshops. This is a workshop series in 3 consecutive days. If you want to join, check out the link. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed this. Have a great day.